All right, guys. We're going to cover the brawl at the mall, round one, because there's going to be another one.
Yeah. I think in early February, Fitch is going to wrestle Southeast,
Yeah,
right?
Southeast there.
At the Eastwood Mall again.
Right.
Hey, first of all, this may seem corny to people, and I think people just in the league are going to see this, so it really doesn't make that big of a difference. But hats off to anyone in our sport that tries to promote it and grow it. Matt Zakrashik and those guys over at Howland, this is their thing.
Yeah.
And then, congrats to Bob Mackel and those guys that work at the Eastwood Mall that try something that's non-traditional to grow the sport because they know how much, how important it is and how great it is in the area. Last Wednesday, a couple hundred people at least. You were sitting on a beach somewhere, but we were digging in and helping the kids, and you were, fishing for snook off the
I was with
paddle boat.
My family.
You use the family as an excuse thing a little bit.
No.
So I'll back off, but I know differently. You spend a lot of time. You're a good uncle.
Thank you.
And a bad liar. Because I know you didn't go to you didn't go to Florida to see your nephew.
Absolutely, I did.
No, you didn't. You see him every single day.
But
You're a
not
close
in Florida.
family. Yeah, well, nice try. But anyway, you missed an unbelievable event.
I did hear that.
Great action. Middle school wrestle beforehand. That was a real close match, maybe a 5-10 point match. And then just great to see. I saw a ton of alumni from our school, from the Canfield program. Ton of alumni from Howland. Saw the Bell kid. I mean, just a lot of old coaches were there. Saw Coach Reinhardt. Saw Coach Liebert. Just a really neat thing. And I guess so just a shout out in general to those guys, because logistically that's a little bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They had to figure out how they're going to weigh in, how
liability,
everything, all that
yeah.
stuff. But it went off better than I'd imagined. And if you're trying to figure out in your mind, if you weren't there, what it would be like and if it would be okay, it was better than I would have imagined.
And it's kind of a newer trend. I mean, more on the national level, like Beat the Streets has really made an effort to do that. They've done it in Times Square, and they've done it in subways and different stuff like that. So it's definitely nice to try to grow the sport.
Yeah.
And like you said, they were going on a limb because you don't know how that's going to turn out.
No, it could be a flop, and
kudos to those guys.
That's exactly. So you got to give people credit when they do the right thing, because they get the blame if it doesn't work. Right. You know what I mean? And I got to say that. And I don't know. I know Kenston and some other teams have done the dual match on a stage. I'd love to see Coach Pitts do that. That'd be really cool. And I'm just thinking about, the last couple of years, the Mahoning Valley Coach Association had about 6 or 8 coaches in the area that all got together. We called a wrestling showcase in the fall. We did some all-star stuff in the spring before over the last 10 years. It kind of fizzled out a little bit because there's a lot of other things. But just thinking about local coaches that really try to grow the sport. Be unique. Try something different. Lake would have Friday Night Lights where they had 8 mats on the football field on Friday night. Just little things like that every little bit counts here. And whether or not people realize this or not, first of all, it's our responsibility to do a better job to promote our sport, to make it better, more fan friendly. But even like Liberty and Coach Haiti, he goes beyond just a regular kind of program thing. They do some charitable stuff over there at Liberty.
Somebody else I saw was doing some charity, I forget who.
Breaking away from the mold of this, hey, these guys aren't, cavemen, knuckle draggers, troublemakers. Hey, these are great student athletes. They're great in the community. And this is the best time, if you're an American and you're a wrestling fan, this is the best time in the history of American wrestling to be alive.
Yeah.
Think about this.
It's going to get better here. It's really the beginning
of an incredible run.
Of a run here internationally.
And it's going to trickle down. Hey, you got Superman in Columbus with Kyle Snyder, but you got Burroughs. Hey, you got Dake, you got Taylor, you got all these guys coming.
You got young guys
Stieber,
like Spencer Lee and Fix and those guys, Valencia and Mark Hall and all those guys coming too. And that's only going to work. You got just in our area, 2 years in a row, you got NCAAs at Cleveland and then next year at Pittsburgh.
Absolutely.
And it wouldn't surprise me, because I know those events are going to be very successful in those areas.
They're going to get them right in the rotation.
Get in the rotation.
And I realize you got to get it to Iowa and you got to go to Carver a little bit, but that might even be too small now. I mean, it might be to the point now where. So I guess the point I'm just trying to make is wrestling is off the charts successful right now at the collegiate level, at the international level. We have to do a better job of growing it at the high school level, and part of it is taking some risks.
Right.
And praising people when they take the risk, because they would have taken all the blame. Those guys. That's who these guys are.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the Brawl tomorrow was a blast. We'll get the dates here for you towards the end of the year to be able to kind of tell you maybe what the exact times are when Fitch Russell Southeast.
Right.
I'm going to go again just because I want to see the event again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we're doing anything here, we're trying to plug the next time it happens so more people come out and watch. It was really, really a successful event. So wanted to thank those guys over Liberty, Coach Krasik over there, and everybody, Bob Mackel and everybody at Cafaro over at Eastwood Mall. It was a great success, and looking forward to the one in February, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
Sound good? Okay.
Right. Thanks,
Thanks, guys. Yep.